Hi guys, Fran here. So we are with Jodie. We're gonna do a little yoga session with you guys. She has her own yoga studio, Yoga Infusion. So I'll let her introduce herself.
We're in the transition of moving, but when we're ready to open as a community, we'll be at the new Bridges location. So it'll be infused yoga and fitness. And in the meantime, we do have Zoom classes, and I'll get it hooked up so that we can drop a link in for you guys if you guys want to drop into class.
Cool. We can go ahead and get started then.
Cool. Let's start at the, if you guys did the first yoga flow, that one was maybe just a little bit slower, a little more stretching. We didn't want Steve to pull a hamstring, so we got Fran in to do maybe a little bit of faster pace, but remember, it's always at your own pace and you're always listening to your body. So maybe this one's just a little bit faster. We'll hold a couple of things and then we'll bring it all together with a little Shavasana at the end. Starting at the top of your mat, just sitting in a comfortable position. So what does that mean for you? Maybe your legs are crossed and you're sitting in a cross-legged position. Sometimes it's hard for us to keep a nice straight spine there. So maybe on your knees, on your shins, you just close your eyes, take a breath. Right? We have a lot of things going on here. We like to be able to check in with ourselves right before we start to practice, or even when we start to work out. We just don't want to jump into something. Remembering that our inhale is through our nose, and then we'll hold it at the top. There'll be 4 parts to your breath, and we're gonna stay with this breath throughout our practice. So you're gonna inhale, hold, and then exhale out your mouth, hold at the bottom. So whatever that looks like for you, maybe it's a 3 breath inhale, 4 breath exhale. We are trying to exhale all of our air out, so maybe that exhale is a little bit longer than your inhale. Also releasing any tension that you hold in your back, allowing your shoulders to relax away from your ears, maybe even pulling your armpits down to your hips, lengthening through the top of your head towards the ceiling so you're nice and straight here. That allows your full breath in your lungs here. A couple more breaths here. Maybe setting an intention for your practice if you do so. Maybe just giving this time for yourself to stay on your mat, not worrying about work or anything else that you need to worry about. We've created this space for ourselves, for our mind, for our breath, just to be here. 3 more breaths here. Good. On that last breath, we're really gonna make sure we exhale everything out of your mouth. You're at home. There's not anybody there listening to your breath, so you can make it loud. Maybe it's a big sigh. Maybe you just, we're all frustrated right now. Let it out. Good. Slowly starting to come onto your hands. Finding your perfect tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide. We're gonna rock our shoulders forward just a little bit so that we know that our wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in one line. Your weight is equally distributed in your hands. Your fingers are spread wide. Your knees are right underneath your hips, and your head is engaged. Everything's nice and strong here. This is a modification for your plank if you ever need to come here to take a breath. So we're gonna round and curl onto the balls of our feet and push it back into our downward facing dog. Just pedal your feet out here, guys. Take a breath, take a moment. Our hands are hips, shoulders distance apart. Our feet are hips distance apart. If we don't know what hips distance is, we could bring our fists to our feet, and it's roughly that distance. Eventually your heels are gonna be melted down to the ground, and you're still gonna press your chest towards your thighs, stretching into your hamstrings. If your heels don't meet the ground, it's okay, they will eventually, but you wanna think about this movement as you press your chest towards your thighs every single time. So there's no just lazy dogs. We don't wanna just hang out there. It's a waste of your time. You guys made time for class, let's make it count. Your fingers are spread super wide and the weight is equal in your hands, no pressure in your wrists. All right, let's slowly walk it all the way up to our forward fold. And then we're gonna just hang out here for a second. Whatever your forward fold looks like, if you need to bend your knees here because if there is pressure in your lower back, do that. Do whatever you need to. Shake your head out, maybe sway side to side. You can ragdoll your arms, you can grab behind you. Relax your jaw, relax your head, relax the middle of your back. Think about the area that you hold tension, maybe right here. Let it roll away from the middle of your spine. Trying to reach your tailbone up towards the ceiling, lengthening your hamstrings every single time this is your forward fold. We're gonna slowly zombie roll yourself up. Head is the last thing to rise. You're gonna stack your vertebrae on top of each other, challenge your core, roll those shoulder blades down. Find your perfect mountain pose. Maybe you close your eyes here, rock forward and back on your feet, and then make sure your weight's nice and equal in your feet. Open up your chest, squeeze those shoulder blades behind you just a little bit. Lengthen the top of your head towards the ceiling, and take a big deep breath here. Let's warm up. Inhale, both arms up, big inhale up. Exhale, you're gonna swan dive it down, flat back all the way down. Pull those hamstrings up. Take 2 fist distance in between your feet. Shoot your right leg back into your lunge. We're gonna drop down onto our right knee. Inhale, both arms up into a modified crescent lunge. Now, this is a perfect place to stay. If you want to, you can stretch into that knee. Stretching into your right hip, never letting your knee come over your ankle so you can widen that stance if you need to. And then we're gonna inhale up, and then you're gonna exhale, reach back towards the top of your room. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, bring it down, round and curl on the back foot, push it back into your plank. You're gonna drop your knees down, come into your caterpillar pose where your elbows are touching your rib cage, your toes are down, your knees are down, your chest is hovering. Push it back up. Come back onto the balls of your feet, push it back into your down dog. Pedal your feet out, take a deep breath. Step, walk, jump, hop, float your feet back up to your forward fold. And then we're gonna slowly zombie roll yourself all the way up. Head is the last thing to rise. Find your good mountain pose. Take a nice big deep breath. Inhale, both arms up, big inhale up. Big exhale, float it down. Taking 2 fists in between your feet, shoot your left leg back into your lunge. Other side, drop that left knee down. Inhale, both arms up. Modified crescent lunge, you can stay here. If you're ready, sink into that front hip, stretch into your left leg, reach up and then reach back. Back toe can be round and curled onto the ground for balance. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring it down, frame your foot, come onto the ball of your foot, push it back into your plank, drop your knees down. Bring it into your caterpillar pose, we're hovering. Push it back up, come back onto the balls of those feet, push it back into your down dog. Good, we're gonna look up at our hands. Maybe this time we take a hop up to our hands. And then we're gonna slowly zombie roll it up. Head is the last thing to rise, roll your shoulder blades down. Take a deep breath. Inhale, both arms up, big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive it down, flat back. We're just adding on now. 2 fists go in between your feet, shoot your right leg back into your lunge. Drop your right knee down, inhale, both arms up, big inhale up, sink down into those hips, push forward, reach up, reach back. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, bring it down, frame your foot, come onto the ball of your right foot, push it back into your plank. Knees come down, caterpillar pose. Push it back up, caterpillar pose again. Push it back up, caterpillar pose again. We're gonna inhale up and through to that up dog. Squeezing your shoulder blades down, perfect, stay there. We're always thinking about lengthening through the top of our head, getting out of our shoulders, squeezing back behind us, perfect. Exhale, push it back down, dog. Take a look up at those hands, step, walk, jump, hop, float them up, forward fold. Reverse swan dive it up, head is the last thing to rise, stack your core. Find your mountain pose, roll those shoulder blades down, big breath, inhale up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Same exact thing, other side, 2 fists go in between your feet. Shoot your left leg back, left knee drops down, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale up and then reach back. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, bring it down, frame that foot. Round and curl, push it back. Drop the knees down. Caterpillar pose, push it back up. Caterpillar, push it back up. Caterpillar, push it back up. Oh, we did an extra caterpillar. Inhale, up and through, up dog. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Good. Maybe you hop up, maybe you step up, maybe you walk up. Hands, feet to your hands, forward fold. Hang out here. Take a breath. Pedal your feet out. Nice and easy. Slowly zombie roll yourself all the way up. Head is the last thing to rise. Roll your shoulder blades down. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, both arms up. Big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Flat back all the way down. 2 fists go in between your feet. Shoot your right leg back into your lunge. Same thing. Inhale, both arms up. Drop that right knee down. Sink forward. Push a little bit further. Inhale up. Reach back. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, frame it. Come onto the ball of your foot. Push it back. Plank. Drop those knees down. Caterpillar pose. Inhale, up and through. Up dog. Exhale, push it back. Down dog. Inhale your right leg up this time. Exhale, bring it down and through into your lunge. Drop that left knee down. Here we are, other side. Inhale, both arms up. Sink forward into that hip. Reach up, reach back. Inhale, back up to the center. Bring it down, frame it. Come onto the ball of your foot, push it back, plank. Drop the knees down. Caterpillar pose. From here, we're gonna inhale up and through, up dog. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Melt those heels down, big deep breath. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bring it down and through. Lunge, we've been here before. Drop the knee down, inhale, both arms up. Sink your hips down and through. Reach up, reach back. Exhale, bring it down. Frame the foot, come onto the ball of your right foot, push it back, plank. Drop the knees down, caterpillar pose. Inhale, up, up dog. One more time, other side. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, bring it down and through, lunge. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, both arms up. Sink into those hips, push up, push back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bring it down, frame it. Ball of your foot, plank. Bring it down, caterpillar pose. Inhale, up and through, up dog. We're gonna exhale, bring it down into your Sphinx pose. Your arms are gonna be parallel to each other. Your wrists are gonna be onto the mat, and you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. You're gonna relax your lower back, and you're gonna take a breath. Maybe you close your eyes to make sure that your belly is pushing against the ground with every single inhale and exhale. You're gonna bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Look for your left foot or beyond that. Good. And then just gently bring it back to the center. Drag it down across your chest. Look over your left, look for your right foot. Still staying tall in your chest. There we go. And then slowly drag your chin back down to the center. Bring it back up midline. Come back onto the balls of your feet. Push it up into your low plank. Inhale up, high plank. Left hand comes to the center. We're gonna windshield wiper it over into our side plank. Our right arm is gonna come up. Modification, your left leg is gonna come down to the ground. We're making sure that we're in a perfect line from our fingertips to here. So if there's any extra weight on your wrist or your shoulders, it's not good. We can bring our right leg up for an amplification if you want to. You can modify, amplify, you can do whatever. Stay just nice and strong. We're making sure that the wrist, elbow, and shoulder stay there. Our shoulder is coming over to our wrist further than we think. So it's important not to have that angle. It's important to be nice and straight. Good, exhale, bring it down. Caterpillar pose, drop down to those knees, push it down, push it back up, push it down, push it back up, push it down, push it back up. Swoop down, up and through, up dog. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Melt those heels down, press your chest towards your thighs, no lazy dogs. Inhale up under your tippy toes, exhale, roll it forward into that plank. Really nice. So we're really pushing into the ground. We're even corkscrewing our arms down a little bit so that the elbows face the front. And we're making sure that we're not in our shoulder blades at all. So you want to push through the middle of your back, almost like you're rounding and curling into, yeah, there we go. So that we're never sinking down into our shoulders. Push forward on your toes just a little bit. Drop it down into your low plank. Inhale up, high plank. Drop it down, low plank. Inhale up, high plank. Right hand comes to the center, windshield wiper it over. Side plank, other side. Right knee's coming down for your modification. Pretend like I lassoed your hips and I'm pulling them up towards, yes, pulling them up towards the ceiling. Arms are so strong, good alignment. Good, bring it back to the center. Drop those knees down. Caterpillar pose. Push it back up. Caterpillar pose. Push it back up. Caterpillar. Push it back up. Swoop down, up and through into that up dog. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Open up your chest. Maybe your thighs are hovering off of the mat here. Maybe they're nice and planted. Wherever you're at, perfect. Exhale, push it back into your down dog. Melt those heels down. Press your chest towards your thighs. We're gonna inhale that right leg up into our three-legged downward facing dog. Press your chest towards your thighs as if they were both there. Good, you're gonna feel an amplified stretch on your left leg. And we're just pulling this left heel up towards the ceiling. Amplified stretch on your left leg, pulling the right leg up. Perfect. So your three-legged down dog. We're gonna slowly bring that right leg down to the ground, but not let it touch. And then we're gonna inhale it back up. Maybe you go a little bit further. Maybe you can melt that heel down a little bit further. Bring it down. Pull it back up. Bring it down. Pull it back up. Bring it down. Pull it back up. Every time you're pulling it up, it's the end range of your motion. Keep going. So you're gonna down, pull it back up. Like you couldn't possibly move that heel any further up. Big stretch every single time. Yes. Push your chest towards your thighs every single time. Good, two more. Last one, bring it down. Inhale, back up. Inhale up onto your left tippy toe. Exhale, bring it forward into your three-legged plank. Modification, left knee comes down if you need to. Exhale, push it back. Right leg comes down, cha-cha it out. Take a big breath. Press your chest towards your thighs. We're making sure that our weight is equally distributed in our hands so we don't have any wrist problems. Inhale your left leg up. Press your chest towards your thigh. Melt that right heel down. Pull it up. Engage everything. Cool, bring it down. Don't let it touch. Inhale, back up. Bring it down. Don't let it touch. Back up. Keep going. Move at your own breath, your own rate. Really pulling that heel up. Even engage your foot. Pull that toe towards your face as you pull your heel up towards the ceiling. Every single time we're trying to melt down into our right leg a little bit further. Really nice. Let's go, 3 more. 2 more. Good, last one, hold it. Inhale up onto your tippy toes on your right. Exhale, bring it forward into that plank. Hold it here. You can drop down to that right knee if you need to modify. Exhale, push it back into your three-legged down dog. Bring that left leg down, cha-cha it out. We're gonna drop it down onto our forearms for our modified downward facing dog dolphin pose. So cool thing about dolphin is we're getting into those pesky shoulders. So what we wanna do is press our chest towards our thighs. She said, oh. Bring your feet a little bit wider apart. There we go. And what we can do to play with this stretch is you can walk your feet up towards your elbows or you can walk them away depending on where your shoulders are. Also, while we're here, maybe you drop down to your knees And push yourself back even a little bit further to stretch into those shoulders. Bring yourself forward. Push it back, bring it forward. Push it back, bring it forward. Take a couple breaths here to stretch into those shoulders. Good. Slowly start to walk your feet back into your low plank. Arms become parallel to the ground. Wrists are planted onto the mats. Though it seems like holding your breath here is a good idea, it's not. So keep breathing. Inhale up, high plank. Exhale, push it back, down dog. All right, we're gonna inhale that right leg up. We've already been here, three-legged downward facing dog. Hold it up. We're gonna inhale up onto your tippy toe of your left foot and then bring it forward into that plank, three-legged plank. You're gonna drop down to your knee if you need to, but you're gonna go halfway down, hold it. Push it back up. Then you're gonna inhale yourself up and through to your three-legged up dog, and then push it back, three-legged down dog. All right, now we know what we're doing. So inhale up, tippy toe. Exhale, bring it forward, three-legged plank. Halfway down, hold it. Inhale up and through, up dog. Exhale, push it back, down dog. One more time, you got it. Inhale up, tippy toe. Exhale, bring it forward. Three-legged plank, halfway down. Inhale up, three-legged up dog. Exhale, push it back, three-legged down dog. Drop that right leg down, cha-cha it out. Okay, left heel comes up. Same exact thing, other side. You guys got it, modify where you need to. Inhale up onto your tippy toe. Exhale, float it forward into your plank. Good, we're gonna go halfway down. Inhale, up and through, up dog. Exhale, push it back. Good, inhale up, tippy toe. Exhale, roll it forward. Nice and smooth, halfway. Inhale up. Good, exhale, push it back. One more, inhale up. Roll it forward, halfway. Inhale up, up dog. Exhale, push it back. Three-legged down dog. Bring that left heel down. Cha-cha it out. We're gonna bring it down onto our knees, let our toes touch, our knees fall apart, and reach it forward into a peaceful warrior. Resting with our head down onto the mat. We're gonna just pretend like we're here. Somebody's just gently pushing down on your hips. We're gonna think about the middle of our shoulders rolling away from our spine. Just breathe here. We hold our belly in. So now's a good place to let gravity kind of pull that belly down towards the ground. I don't know what time we started. I don't either.
It's been 23 minutes.
Okay. Good, let's slowly start to bring ourselves up. Being mindful of the ability to breathe in your nose and out your mouth, slowing your heart rate down. Coming into your tabletop position. Nice and strong, pressing into those hands. Coming back onto the balls of your feet, push it back into that down dog. Here we are. We're gonna take a step, walk, jump, hop, float those feet back up to your forward fold. And we're gonna just hang out here for a second. Really find your forward fold. Maybe you just gently grab onto those calves, reach the crown of your head down. Maybe a gentle twist side to side. Relax your head. Maybe your neck tension holder, so we can gently bring ourselves ear to shoulder, and then make sure it's nice and heavy, relaxed. Creating just like a little bit of natural tension, gravity pulling your head down. Big bowling ball we hold up all day. Some of our heads are 8 pounds. Some of us are bigger than others. 2 fists go in between your feet, shoot your right leg back into your lunge position. Cool, we're gonna sink our hips down into that perfect lunge. Our left knee is in line with our left ankle. And you're just gonna gently inhale yourself up into your crescent lunge. Arms are above your head. Your right hip is gonna be the hip that wants to pull up, so we're just gonna make sure that they're both level. Nice and active with our right hamstring pulling towards the ceiling, and we feel like we could sprint off of our back foot if we wanted to. Everything looks really nice. So we're gonna hold this at our end range of motion. We couldn't possibly go any further with our legs. If you wanna just hang out here and be like, oh, I could hang out here all day, you can. But if you want to, kind of take it to your edge, sink into your hips, rip your mat apart, inhale your arms up, hold it. Go a little bit further, like I probably can't hold this very much longer. Sink down a little bit further. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Nice, steady breath. Hold for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna stay right where you are. We're gonna reach our arms forward into our reaching lunge. So the change here is that we're reaching our hands forward all the way down to our heel, like somebody's stretching you across. Our core is super engaged and our legs are right where they were in the beginning lunge. We're gonna hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back into your crescent lunge. Sink your hips back down because you might have just cheated by inhaling up. Sink them down. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring it down. Frame your foot. Left foot shoots back to meet your right into your plank. Exhale, push it back into your down dog. Pedal the feet out. Take a deep breath. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale with control, bring it down and through into your lunge. Other side, sink your hips down. Go for it right away. Don't hold back because you know you're gonna do 2 sets. Sink your hips down, peel that chest off. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Sink them down. Hips are nice and level. If you feel like I'm not sure if my hips are level, we can always put our hands on our hips and you'll feel that left hip coming up. Then you just make sure you're nice and level. Sink them back down, really nice. We're pushing off our back foot. Our left hamstring is engaged. Hold for 5, 4. Maybe you sink it down a little bit further. 3, really nice. 2, and 1. Reach it forward. Reach the crown of your head to the top of the room. Yeah, pretend like I'm grabbing both wrists and I'm reaching forward. At the same time, you're pulling back. Hold for 5, 4, 3. In class, this is where somebody asks a question and you're like, no, don't stop counting. 2, 1. Inhale back up. Don't let your hips come up, just your torso. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring it down, frame it. Push it back into your plank. Push it back into your down dog. Melt those heels down, pedal your feet out. Feel your hips. Take a breath. Inhale up on your tippy toes. Exhale, roll it forward into your plank. Bring it onto your forearms, low plank. Bring it on through into your Sphinx pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Nice big breath into your belly. Come back onto the balls of your feet. Push it up low. Inhale up high. Exhale, push it back down. All right, inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bring it down and through, lunge. We're gonna windmill our arms all the way up and over into our warrior 2. Our left foot is facing the top of your mat. If I brought my feet together, it would be a heel to heel or a heel to arch alignment depending on where your legs are. Perfect. Oh, I love your shirt. Thanks. Our arms are nice and strong. We're pulling in opposite directions and our torso is facing the side of the wall. And then both legs are engaged, like we're gonna rip our mat apart. Yeah, we're gonna lean into that front leg. Really nice. We're gonna hold this. You're not gonna cheat it because we're not just moving through everything. You're gonna rip your mat apart. You possibly couldn't go any further. Your arms are nice and strong, but not so strong you start to do this. Sink them down and away. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs exactly where they are. Your left hand is going to come down. Your right hand is going to come up into your triangle pose. We can go onto our forearm. We can go all the way down, or we can stay upright. Wherever you're at's perfect, as long as your legs are still super active and your right hand is reaching up so much that you feel your rib cage pull up towards the ceiling. Hold for 5. Really nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs right where they are. Don't move your legs, just your torso is coming back into that warrior. Hold for 5. Maybe you go a little bit further, ripping your mat apart. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna windmill our arms all the way down. Frame your foot. Left foot shoots back to meet your right into your plank. Drop your knees down, toes stay down, caterpillar pose. Push it back up. Caterpillar pose. Push it back up. Caterpillar. Push it back. Swoop down, up and through, up dog. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Melt those heels down, big deep breath. Inhale, right leg comes up. Right leg comes down and through into your lunge. We're gonna windmill it up and over other side. Maybe you didn't land in the right position, and we need to adjust when we get there. Cool. Take a big inhale, and then take a bigger exhale, and we're just gonna sink our hips down. Yep, really good. Arms are strong. If I bumped into your arms, they wouldn't move. They're reaching out. Hold it here. Good, hold for 5. Rip your mat. Hold for 4. Yeah, adjust your shoulders. Maybe you felt them creep up by your ears. Hold for 3, 2, 1. This time our right arm is gonna come down, our left arm is gonna come up. Maybe we come here, maybe we shoot it all the way down. We're trying to open up our chest here as we stack our shoulder blades on top of each other. So if we put a ruler, really nice. If we put a ruler right here, it'd be straight. Stay breathing, stay engaged in the legs, yes. 3, 2, legs stay right where they are. Inhale, back up, warrior. Sink it down maybe a little bit further. Push it to your edge. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Go a little bit deeper. 2, 1. Windmill it all the way down. Frame your foot. Right foot shoots back. Meet your left. Drop the knees down. Caterpillar pose. Push it back up. Push it down. Caterpillar. Push it back up. 2 more. Down. Up. 1 more. Down. Up. Swoop down. Up and through. Up dog. We're going to bring it on through to our Sphinx pose. Drop it down. Take a big breath. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe close your eyes to find your breath into your belly. Maybe you shake your head out a little bit. Good. Let's bring it back onto our hands. Your chest come back to your hands come back to your chest line. Come onto the balls of your feet. We're gonna push it halfway up. Hold it here. Modify by dropping down to your knees. And then push it all the way up. Push it all the way back. Down dog, pedal the feet out. Press your chest towards your thighs. Nice big deep breath here. Last down dog. So make it a good one. Pedal into each foot. Maybe your heels feel a little bit closer. Maybe it doesn't, and that's okay too. Just pretend. Press your chest towards your thighs. Yeah, big stretch. We're gonna do one more forward fold. So you're gonna walk, jump, hop, float your feet up to your hands. And we're gonna hang out here. Releasing your neck, release your lower back, your shins, your thighs. Good, you're gonna take 2 fist distance in between your feet. You're gonna sit yourself back into a little chair that we put behind you. And then you're gonna inhale yourself up into your chair pose. So we're gonna bring ourselves up just a little bit so that our torso can be nice and strong. Yeah, perfect. Really nice. Hold your chair pose. We're gonna bring our hands down to heart center. We're gonna bring our left elbow over our right knee so we can twist here. Our knees are gonna wanna do this number, so make sure they're nice and straight. To amplify, you can open your arms to open into your shoulders if you want to. If not, it's more about keeping your really concentrating on the twist in your spine. Eventually our shoulders are gonna be stacked on top of each other, but it's more about our legs and the twist than in your shoulders. Hold it. Inhale back into the center. Sink yourself down just a little bit. Right elbow goes over your left knee, big twist other side. Yeah, so you can see eventually the shoulder's gonna come over this one, but we wanna make sure that our hips, yeah, just think about your hips. Make sure they shoot back behind you. Good. Inhale back up to the center, chair pose. We're gonna slowly lower ourselves all the way down. Eventually landing on our booty, bringing your legs up in front of you into your boat pose. Take a breath, perfect boat pose. You're gonna pull your chest up and through. Yep, you're perfect. Modification is bringing your feet down onto the mat if you feel like you're only using your hip flexors to like keep your legs up. So if we're rounding and curling, we could just be here, and this is a really nice boat pose. If you can start to bring your legs up, awesome. If you start to feel that round and curl, maybe you even use your arms to help you keep your legs up. Wherever you're at, cool, maybe you go full extension here. Hold it. Okay, slowly bring yourself all the way down. Feet hover, arms hover above your head, big stretch. Inhale yourself into your little ball. Round and curl. Reach it back into your full body stretch. Feet hover, arms hover. Inhale back into your little ball. Arms hover, feet hover. Reach back into your little ball. Good, arms hover, feet hover. We're gonna inhale back into our boat pose from here. Good. Remember your modifications, guys. Pull through your chest, big up and through. Big up and through, that doesn't make sense, but it does. Slowly bring it down, hover. Reach back into your ball. Full body stretch. Boat pose. Bring it down, hover. Reach the arms above the head, back into your little ball. Bring it, full body stretch. Inhale up, boat pose. 2 more. Bring it down, hover, arms above your head. Inhale back into your ball. Bring it back, full body stretch. Inhale back up, boat. 1 more. Bring it down, hover, arms above your head. Inhale back into your ball. Reach it back out. Last one, inhale up, boat pose. Exhale, bring it down, hover, hover, and then relax. Take a breath. Bring your knees into your chest. We're gonna bump our hips over to the right side, and then you're just gonna let your knees fall over to the left. Yep, other side. There we go, perfect. Yep, and then these arms, perfect. And what we're fighting for here is this shoulder to stay on the ground, which is perfect, and then you're gonna bring your gaze over your right. We're stretchy here. If you wanna straighten your legs out and grab for your foot, maybe you eagle wrap your legs. Whatever you need to do to find the twist, the best twist for yourself, do that. Maybe your legs aren't even close to the ground and you're here, that's fine. Just concentrate on this shoulder being nice and low. Take a breath. Inhale back to the center. Use your core to bring your hips back to the center, and then bump them out, bump them over to the left, and then just let your legs fall to the right side or the other side of your twist. Look over your left shoulder, straight legs, eagle wrap legs, bent legs, big belly breath, twisting, any twisting that we do is detoxing our organs, creating space mobility in our vertebrae. Good, slowly inhale yourself back up to the center, and then bump your hips back to the center. Put your knees in nice and tight. Give yourself a hug here. So feel the space on your back that feels good. So maybe big circles, maybe side to side. We're gonna do one more thing that often feels good at the end of your practice. I'm gonna come this way just so you can see me. We're gonna flip ourselves over into a plow or a reverse rabbit. So we're gonna take just a couple of rock and rolls. If you already know where you're going, cool. If you don't, just take a look, because we don't wanna look anywhere when our neck is here. So find where you're gonna go first. So maybe we just bring our knees into our forehead. If you feel comfy, you can drop those feet back behind you. If you feel comfy, you can release your hands from your lower back. But if not, we can just keep them here. You can just kind of stretch. It feels good on your back, kind of creating all that space, really nice. If your toes are touching the ground, try to start to walk them towards your head. Yes. And then eventually your heels are gonna melt down to the ground too. This is a perfect place for your arms. You can even clasp them behind your back, or you can bring them, clasp them together, and then, right? Really gets into your shoulders there. Any modifications here, or if you want to go into your shoulder stand where you just bring your legs straight up, you can bring your hands back to your lower back. And then we're just trying, that's a cool place to go at the end of your practice also. Really nice. Okay, let's bring just one of these legs down towards the ground, and you're gonna bring yourself into like a bridge, but keep your hands at your lower back. So this leg is gonna come down to the ground, and then eventually you're just gonna rock yourself. There we go. Yeah! And then this one comes down. And then here we are in your bridge. If you're like, that transition isn't gonna happen, safely bring yourself back down, just kind of rolling yourself back out. I'm behind you, sorry. We're gonna safely bring ourselves back down here. And then you're just gonna bring yourself up. You can bring your hands to your hips, you can clasp them underneath you. Wherever you feel like it, we're just pretending like I lassoed your hips again and then pulling them up towards the ceiling. Really nice. Cool. So when we come out of this, we're thinking about laying each vertebrae down onto the ground separately. So you're gonna roll your spine back onto the mat. Your tailbone is gonna be the last thing to go down. So you're gonna roll, roll, roll. Yeah, nice and slow, perfect. Then bring your knees into your chest, or knees can go side to side. Whatever feels good. It's kind of nice to give yourself a big stretch in the spine. We're gonna inhale, rock and roll. And then we're gonna land with our feet out in front of us. Last big stretch, we're gonna inhale both arms up, and you're just gonna bring yourself into a forward fold. We're thinking about rounding and curling. We just bent the other way in our spine, and so now we're thinking about even kind of pushing our back up towards the ceiling as we push forward through our hips. Yeah, really nice. Couple breaths here. Oftentimes in a stretch, We will release right before that point where we're like, oh, we can't hold this anymore. That's the point where you take another breath and you stay with it. Because we're just creating a new muscle memory, kind of breaking up what mobility we do or don't have there. So stay with it. Good, last breath here. You're just gonna scan your body, grab a sip of water, grab a pillow, grab maybe a washcloth or a hand cloth that you have for over your eyes. We're gonna go into a final Shavasana where we're just gonna take a couple breaths here, which is the most important part of your yoga practice. We can also modify by maybe putting your legs up a wall if you have a wall accessible to you. We can always do this one here, which is also good to help reduce stress. So wherever you feel like you can take a couple breaths, do that. Maybe you take a seated Shavasana. Maybe you bring the soles of your feet together and you let your knees fall out, working on those hips a little bit. Wherever you're at's perfect. Most important part of your practice, guys, things are so crazy right now. Allow yourself time just to take a breath. Close your eyes and check in with yourself. Scan your body. How does your body feel? Start at your feet. Invite your toes, your heels, your arches of your feet, your ankles. Maybe you wiggle them around and then just let them relax. Maybe you just wiggle your legs and then let them naturally fall to the outside. Send the breath all the way down to your toes. Pretend that the lower half of your body just created its own indention in the mat. Maybe you just scoot your tailbone down to the ground just a little bit so your natural curve of your spine is comfortable. Your belly feels like it's breathing because you're breathing all the way into the very bottom of your lungs, which makes your belly inflate. On your exhale, your belly button falls towards your spine. Where do you hold tension? If it's in the middle of your shoulders, scoot your shoulders down and away. Send an extra breath there and release any tension that you have. Tuck your chin in just a little bit so your spine is nice and straight. Your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your shoulders are all relaxed. Your jaw is relaxed. Maybe you're a jaw clencher. Maybe you wiggle your jaw side to side and relax. Most importantly, you just take a breath to release anything mentally that isn't serving you. So whatever extra stress that you might be carrying, here's a good place just to leave it on your mat. Take an inhale, exhale, let it go. I invite you guys to stay here for 5, 10 more breaths, whatever time allows you to do so. And then take your time getting up. Maybe you lay on your side for a little bit. Maybe you just gently start to move when you're ready. Maybe you bring your knees into your chest and start to move around. Take your time getting up. Thank you guys for practicing with me today. Thank you for class. Remember, if you guys have any questions, I will also shoot you guys the Zoom link for infused yoga classes.
Perfect. I think other than that, that was awesome.
Cool.